You've seen AI go from some nerdy curiosity to an everyday reality in just a few short years. Some of the winner companies have raced to adapt and compete by using a business idea called the AI factory. As for the losers, well, don't be one of those. Today, I'm going to talk about the AI factory, what it is, and how you can use it to stay ahead of the curve. I'm Evan Goldstein, data scientist and licensed professional engineer, here to talk to you about how to bridge the emerging world of AI with your business process. What makes business leaders effective is an understanding of delegation and specialization. For example, a CEO of a growing company could learn all the ins and outs of how to manage payroll, look for tax efficiencies, write all the required government reports, and submit the paperwork himself. But really, we all know this is impossible for one person to do while effectively managing a company. Obviously, a CEO would have a grasp of all of these ideas, but it's actually much easier, cheaper, and faster to hire a controller. The controller then takes over those duties and shows the CEO only those aspects of the process that the CEO needs to understand or decide on. And the CEO gives the controller the decisions and the tools the controller needs to do his own job, so that the CEO can go back to managing everything else. It's basic delegation. You might think the same process would work for AI. If you're still watching, you're probably pretty interested in the best method of getting AI into your business process. The quickest way to do that is to do what the CEO did with the controller for payroll. You would set up an AI integration department, hire a data scientist, and set her loose. Then you're free to move about with your day and wait for her to bring back some insights. A lot of companies that dabble in AI or want to run a test case actually start with this very approach. This usually comes in the form of an outside consultant. We're going to look at an example of a company purveying beverages that we will call Acme Coffee. To get a toehold in the world of data analytics, Acme Coffee might bring in a team of data scientists to go over their sales records, delivery records, or manufacturing data. The consultant would then put together a set of recommendations for how to reduce loss, speed up delivery, and adopt a just-in-time inventory system. That will definitely provide some value to the decision makers in the company. And if you feel that you're getting some value from this episode, I would very much appreciate if you would press the like button so that this information can spread to others. You'll be doing your part to bring about the AI revolution and helping encourage me to make more videos like this in the future. So a one-time intervention will definitely provide some valuable insights. But markets are always changing. What happens if there's a change in pricing, labor markets, customer demand, or any of the other variables that a manager has to be able to balance? An unexpected change in any one of these will mean that the action items your data science consultant came up with could be meaningless or outdated. If you want to harness the full potential of AI for increasing productivity and profitability, a data science approach has to be integrated with all the branches of a business process. Think of your AI process as a factory working 24/7 to produce insights and recommendations. These recommendations instantly spread throughout your organization to help you continuously fine-tune your operation and adjust course. For Acme Coffee, setting up an AI factory requires 3 pillars. Pillar number 1 is the group or brand that seeks to accelerate its data transformation. As the manager or executive, this means that you need to pull all the parts together and start preparing your team as quickly as possible to adopt the changes that the AI systems will be recommending. Pillar number 2 is your data analytics team. Pillar number 3 is your platform. The platform is the computing system that the data analytics team will use to store and analyze incoming data. So we're going to go through an example using Acme Coffee as our test case and show how this process can help manage a business emergency. Here's a scenario. It's midnight. The National Weather Service just released its latest data indicating that a storm is brewing off in the East Atlantic. Being the savvy, forward-looking business leader that you are, you know that most of your coffee is sourced from Colombia, and a major weather event could send your raw material costs soaring. So you've already set up a continuous stream of weather data monitoring as one of the many inputs into your computing system. At 12:05 a.m., the latest weather data is integrated into your model. The analytics team has already set up a data cleaning algorithm, so the data is automatically organized and prepared for the processing in moments. At 2 a.m., the AI analysis software churns through the data, combing through years of weather records, and determines that a storm of this magnitude and this direction has an 85% chance of striking Colombia and causing your raw material costs to double. The system combs through pricing data and finds that you can procure a set of replacement coffee from Africa at only a 15% higher cost. This information is then sent to you, your procurement, manufacturing, risk management, and logistics group. At 8:05 a.m., you stroll into the office and, while sitting back sipping a cup of your own Acme coffee, you start to go through your morning emails. One of them jumps out at you, an automatically generated weather alert from your AI system. Meanwhile, your other team members have already seen the same alert and set to work. This isn't good enough for an email invite. You text your team members and call for an emergency meeting in 2 hours. At 10 a.m., you sit down with your team. Procurement says that we can get the African coffee for only 15% more. Logistics says that it will arrive in the same port, so your domestic supply chain is unaffected. You look to your trusty risk management director, who then tells you that an 85% chance of doubling your raw material cost is effectively an 85% price increase today. Marketing received the same alerts and already ran the calculations and tells you that an 85% price increase will reduce your sales and revenue by about a quarter. After running through the numbers, it's time to make a decision. You start negotiations to replace your Colombian supply with a new supplier from Ethiopia. Decision made. Within a day, you have secured a slightly more expensive, but far more secure supply of your raw material. This is the AI factory in action, a continuous process that rapidly generates recommendations and alerts, fine-tuning your operations. And here's why it's critical. 2 weeks later, the hurricane has now passed through Colombia, wiping out the coffee crop. Your competitor's CEO strolls into the office, goes to Google News, and sees that a hurricane has devastated the coffee crop in Colombia. Starts him thinking, could this affect my supply price? He flips to the futures market and finds that coffee prices have in fact spiked. Panic sets in. He calls an emergency meeting. Where can he find a new supplier? Can he buy from Ethiopia? It's too late. The price spike has gone global. Ethiopian supplies are very limited. Somehow, Acme Coffee got there first. And that's what an AI factory approach can get you. Ahead of the crowd.